With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back, trackside. Once again, race fans, here to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Tonight, Wheels for Warriors Pro Cup. The series fires things off for the Season 2 regular season finale, which one of these Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series drivers are going to find themselves heading after a championship after our short holiday break. After tonight's race, we're going to take ourselves a little bit of a layoff, a 1 week layoff. Then we will hit the track once again for the championship rundown. How you doing? How you feeling out there in TV Land, race fans? Glad you could all join us here tonight. As always, Dave in the Cave bringing you all the calls. And already a minute and a half rolling off of the stopwatch in qualifying here tonight. Drivers out there on a very hot track here. Mild evening here at Pocono Raceway, nestled in Long Pond, Pennsylvania. Tidbit, a little bit of a fact for you. Pocono, your honeymoon capital of the world. I don't think anybody going to be kissing and hugging after this one. There may be some fists flying, but between some of the drivers battling to get into that championship, and we'll see who makes their way in by the end of tonight's 70-lap race here on this 2.5-mile tricky little triangle. We'll get rid of the track information. Go ahead and throw up some of that qualifying standings for you. There you can see just off to the left-hand side of your screen, Cody Richardson. He's been to victory lane. He's locked into the championship. He sits top of the leaderboard right now. Quick time from Pocono, 54:20 set by the 64 of Cody Richardson. Big field out here tonight. Upwards of 20 plus drivers out here tonight for the season finale. And, well, why don't we go ahead? It's a little early here in qualifying, just about 3-minute mark on this 10-minute qualifying session. 13 drivers already on the speed charts. Tom Richter going to break inside the top 5 of his qualifying effort. We still have Sean Hook, Frank DiMaggio, Andrew Caldwell, Mike Stiverson yet to put in a time lap here. Coleridge Finmore, he's yet to put in his time lap as well. So why don't we go ahead? We'll leave that qualifying information up for you, but why don't we run down the championship standings coming into tonight's race? This is going to be something we're going to talk about all race long. We're going to have to keep track of a few of these drivers. 12. Is it 12? I believe it's 12. 12 drivers making it into the championship rundown. So drivers right there battling for that top spot. There you see Todd Neese, 10 drivers. I apologize. 10 drivers making it in to the championship rundown. Eric Anderson, Crank Bell right there very close behind. And I mean, it's going to be a dogfight. I mean, look at that. Crank Bell, Eric Anderson, just 5 points separate them. Anderson right at 3 points back from being into the chase. Dave Sanders very close. He's within striking distance with the size of the field here tonight. So is Mike Grandy, Patrick Stein. All of those drivers. David Rogerson, he's in line. How about Paul Turner? Mike Stiverson, he's got an outside shot, but he's still got a shot to get into the championship night if he can walk away with a race win here tonight. And also keep that in mind, race fans. If a previous race winner does not go to victory lane, well, it's going to be a big shakeup in the point standings as far as that championship grid is concerned. Just about at the 5-minute mark, and nobody topping the speed charts except for Cody Richardson. He went top of the speed charts with his first time laps, and nobody has touched him since. Frank DiMaggio, Coleridge Finmore, Andrew Caldwell, previous race winners, they're yet to put in their qualifying effort here tonight from Pocono. Sean Hook, the 188, looks like he's going to get out on track and get rolling, and we're about right at that halfway point through qualifying here tonight. So again, thank you all for joining us here tonight in season number 2, regular season finale, before we get set to head off into the holiday turkey break and then head back to championship racing right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network with Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series, Cyber Thunder Racing Leagues coming together once again for a second season, and it has been an absolute a diamond, just an absolute jewel. It's been golden here with the Cyber Thunder Racing League drivers. They have absolutely put on a show week in, week out. Only driver to go to victory lane multiple times here, and it's going to be no surprise. That's going to be Coleridge Finmore inside that one. He's been to victory lane 3 times so far this season, including last week's race win at Dover. Will we see him pad the points just a little bit heading off into the championship run? We'll have to wait and see. 16 drivers now on the scoring pylon. We've still got about, what is that? It looks like about 8 or 9 drivers still lined up down there on pit road waiting to go out. I'm not sure we're going to get them out there. Cole Gray out on his qualifying effort. Trevor Ryan in the 18. He's going to join him out on track. Sean Hook going to break inside the top 10 with his qualifying effort. He's going to go with a 54.50 first time lap for that 188. And that's about a 3/10. A quarter of a second, yeah. A quarter of a second off of the pace for the pole position here. So Sean Hook going to have to gain a lot on lap number 2. Cole Gray, he just barely makes it inside of the top 15. Trevor Ryan in the 18 still coming around the track to put in his first time lap here tonight from Pocono Raceway. 70 laps around this 2.5 mile tricky little triangle. That's what they call it, because every corner modeled after a different track. So 3 very distinct corners. If you try to fix one, it may very well mess up turn 3s and may very well mess up turn 2, that tunnel turn there. So really a compromising racetrack for the crew chiefs and engineers. You got to find the speed, and you got to find it somewhere, and you got to give it up somewhere. It's just, where do you want to do the least amount of damage and get the most out of your car? With 19 drivers now on the speed charts, Cody Richardson will walk away with the pole position. We're going to step away from the track for just a brief commercial break, get things set up and ready to go for your pre-race festivities and your national anthem. So don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back with your starting lineup and all your green flag action right here from Pocono Raceway.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave
And straight back trackside after the flyover, there you can see all the drivers beginning to make their way to the starting grid. That 64 leading the field just behind the iRacing Ford Mustang pace car here tonight. Wonder how many times we're going to see that thing come out here. Pocono, known for some long green flag runs. We're going to have to see how these drivers navigate around this track here tonight. As we've already said multiple times, 70 laps here tonight at Pocono Raceway. That is quite a feat. 2.5 miles, just like Talladega and Daytona. So look for this one to be quite a grueling race for drivers inside those hot cars. And it looks like they're being told to roll off of pit road, and you can hear it. Those bells once again in the background going off, ringing. You know the sounds. It's time to run down tonight's official starting lineup here from Pocono Raceway for the season finale with the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. The regular season gonna come to a close, and we will get set to fire things off for the championship chase. Let's run down your starting lineup, starting inside row number 1, inside that Mad Sim Racing 64, Cody Richardson. The 4 of Paul Turner going to line up just to his outside at his fast Ford Mustang. Another fast Ford lined up inside row number 2. That's the 9 of Brian Dorsey. Mike Grandy Sr. will line up just to his outside. How about Andrew Koska going to round out your top 5? Cole Gray in the 88 will line up in that 6th starting position. Back in row number 4 here tonight from Pocono Raceway, the 14 of Crank Bell, followed by the 34 of Tom Richter. Sean Hook, Jerry Isaacs will round out your top 10. 32 of Chris Wold going to line up in that 11th starting position. Just to his outside, the 77 of Dave Sanders. Bob Rogerson and Colby Tucker back in row 7, row number 8 here tonight. The 18 of Trevor Ryan and David Rogerson. There you can see the rest of the field as the pace car ducks off. Finmore going to start from the rear. We're going to fire things off as green flag flies here at Pocono Raceway for the first time here tonight. The boss man in the flag stand going to go ahead and kick things off. As that music dies down in the background, you can hear those cars full song now. 3 wide going to turn 1. Down at the inside, that's the 47 of Andrew Koska. He's going to make up 3 positions by the time they exit turn 1 down the Long Pond straightaway. You can see drivers still side by side trying to grab as many spots as they can on this restart. If this thing goes long, green flag run, we could see things get stretched out, so you gotta get it while the getting's good, and the getting is good right here on lap number 1. Now down the short chute into turn 3 right here at Pocono Raceway. Pole sitter leads the field. He'll put 1 lap in his back pocket. Now we begin to see the field already get to that single file style racing here at Pocono Raceway. It's a common thing here for Pocono. Drivers try to sort things out in the first lap or 2 and then tend to get a little bit single file for a while, just trying to log some laps, get a little closer to the end of tonight's race. And right now, that top 5 looking very solid, rounded out by the 14 of Crank Bell, as we said in the pre-racing. Caution on the speedway. Coleridge Finmore has trouble. Oh no! We're gonna have to go back, see what happened here with Finmore. There you can see him beaten and battered already here early. Let's go back and check the replay. Oh, and it looks like contact right there. I believe that was the 99 of Justin Groves, and then the 78 also gets caught up and involved in this one. No fault to his own. Bob Rogerson gets caught up in an early wreck here, and we're not catching it quite. Let's go back here. go back a little bit further. There's the little bit of contact. You can see Fenimore get a little bit sideways. Let's go back a little bit further, race fans. And there's the contact. It was contact coming off of the corner with that 78 of Bob Rogerson, and that kicked up a lot of trouble for a lot of drivers here tonight. Very early. That's kind of tough for a handful of drivers out there already. Luckily for that one of Fenimore, he's already locked into the championship chase, so you don't have to worry about whether he doesn't have to worry about whether he's making it or not into that championship chase. He's going to have a shot at it no matter how he finishes here tonight. So possibly we can see that one make some big moves trying to make his way back towards the front. And we will head back up with your race leader, the 64 of Cody Richardson, as he brings the field off of turn 1, and will drivers come to pit road early? Caution flag coming out on lap 2. Little bit of an okey-doke move there, trying to catch a few drivers sleeping, and nobody was going to come behind, so Richardson pulls back out onto pit road. So does Andrew Koska. Paul Turner stays in 3rd. Brian Dorsey, Craig Bell back in 5th. Cole Gray hasn't moved forward or backwards. He'll reline up in the 6th position, right where he started from. Chris Wold, big move so far. He's up 4 positions all the way up to 7th. 8th place now belongs to Jerry Isaacs. There's Dave Sanders. Colby Tucker rounds out your top 10. And those are guys we're going to have to watch. We're going to have to keep our eye on that 77 of Dave Sanders. We're going to have to keep our eye on Crank Bell. How about Eric Anderson? Got to watch out for him. Well, we thought we did. Anderson not here tonight, so his shot at making it into the championship grid is kind of gone over, done with, out the door, if you will. So Craig Bell, Dave Sanders, Mike Grandy Sr., Patrick Stein, those are the 4 that are up to bat, so to speak. After Patrick Stein in the point standings, it gets a little bit stretched out. And with only 24 drivers in the field here tonight, it's going to be pretty hard without winning the race for anybody else to make it into the championship. Nobody going to be able to point their way in coming into tonight's race that's behind Patrick Stein in the point standings. So we'll keep Stein on our radar as he is the last driver with a shot to make it in on points. But I mean, look at the field. We've only got 5 out of our 6 previous race winners here tonight. It's tough. I'm trying to think of these drivers that have not been to victory lane. Looking at Andrew Koska, he's fast here tonight. Koska's had some trouble as of late. Paul Turner, he's been running very solidly. Crank Bell, he's been on somewhat of a mission. Unfortunately, last week had some troubles in that 14 machine, put him a little bit behind the 8 ball. He's been fast. Cole Gray, how about Cole Gray? He's a little bit, looking at the point standings, he is the first driver listed in the line of drivers that are going to point their way into the championship. So he is, for all intents and purposes, above that cutoff line and pretty much guaranteed a spot in the championship chase grid. Things could change, but look for Gray in the postseason. Colby Tucker, I mean, he could shock the world here. The 96 right here, running just to the outside of Trevor Ryan. That's going to be for that 10th position. And I'm telling you, man, we can have a surprise winner here tonight. And it's going to shake up that chase grid for sure as drivers make their way through the tunnel turn here. Turn number 2 at Pocono Raceway. We will get single file once again and head back off into turn number 1 at full song. Driver's going to have to snatch the gears and get it and go. Ford Mustang iRacing pace car going to dock off this time. That means the field will get back to the green flag once again. Boss man gonna drop it, and here we go. Green flag flies once again here at Pocono Raceway. Everybody seems to be getting up through the gears pretty well. Nice, clean, clear restart for the field. There you see them all backing it down here into turn number 1. There they go, all chasing your pole sitter. Koska with a great run this time. As he makes his way off of turn number 1, they'll head down to Long Pond straight away. Richardson going to keep the field right behind him for now. Down into the tunnel turn. Nice and easy here, boys. Looks like single file for the first 3 drivers on the track. Back down the short chute, coming right at you here in turn number 3. Field begins to get single file early on the restart. And that's a lap at Pocono Raceway. Pole sitter Cody Richardson continues to lead the field. Everybody chasing the fast 64 here tonight at Pocono Raceway. Race number 10, final race in the regular season here in season number 2 for the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. Battle on the track is for second. Big battles back from there on back. Look at Justin Groves in that 99 Ford Mustang. We'll stay right here for just a brief moment because we got Crank Bell making a move. Bell looking to push Brian Dorsey up into second. Dorsey way out to the outside wall through the tunnel turn. Way to the outside on the tunnel turn, giving up a little bit of ground there. Oh my goodness, and Crank Bell was able. Almost 3 wide here, boys. Justin Groves goes way up the track. 3 wide down the straightaway, and contact. The 18 gets sideways and out of shape. Trevor Ryan all sorts of out of shape, and here comes Coleridge Finmore. Finmore with some damage on that right side. He's going to pack it down in there right to the inside. Close racing now. Ooh, boy, all over the rear deck lid of Tom Richter. I mean, that was close. Down to the inside goes the 35 of Dusty Martin. He's got some fans out there in the stands. He's got some fans watching across the country here, joining us on the YouTube side of things. Do appreciate you all out there joining us here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network, watching for one of your favorite drivers or your absolute favorite driver, cheering them on. Good to see the supporters out there. 18 goes back to the inside of Martin this time, and he's not going to be able to get there just yet. Martin's going to go 3 wide on the bottom. That's the 188 of Sean Hook and the 18 of Trevor Ryan. He's starting to make it. Oh, and contact! Contact as the 188 was trying to get to the bottom of the raceway. Maybe didn't know the 35 was there, but for all intents and purposes right now, Dusty Martin going to take that 16th spot away. He'll battle with Coleridge Finmore, 16th and 17th on the track. Stay tucked up side by side with each other, heading to the tunnel turn. Advantage to the 35. Down to the inside of turn 3, packing it in deep. 188 of Sean Hook. He ain't scared. He gonna throw it down in there. Can the Frostbite? Ooh, boy. Frostbite Mountain Dew machine get himself inside the top 15. We'll have to wait to see how he goes. He'll slide right across the nose of Coleridge Finmore. Let's go back to the front of the field for just a moment. Check out the battle here on screen. 77 of Dave Sanders. That's the 88 of Cole Gray. Gray looks to the bottom of the speedway, not able to make the momentum through the tunnel turn. Whoa. He's going to have to keep it nice and tight on the bottom, and that's going to lose a little bit of ground. Jerry Isaac's going to fill that hole. Colby Tucker in the 96. He's starting to make his way to the front. I told you, what if Colby Tucker walks away with the race win? That's going to throw the point standings a little bit out of whack, and we may actually see Chris Dean, maybe Todd Neese, maybe both out of that championship chase grid. And oh, caution, caution, caution on the speedway. Driver slow. And I think it may have been trouble at the front. Let's go back and take a look. Oh, and the 64 gets turned off of, who is that? I believe that may have been, no, I don't know who that was. Who was that? Who was that masked man? Brian Dorsey, possibly, maybe. No, there's Koska at the top of the speedway. That may have been Dorsey. And yes, the 9 of Brian Dorsey, that's exactly who it was. So Dorsey and Richardson get tangled up with each other, heading down into turn 1, running out of real estate, and, well, going sideways. And that's going to bring out the second caution of the night here from Pocono Raceway. Now we've got ourselves a new race leader at the front of the field. First lead change of the night. 2 different race leaders. Andrew Koska now leads this field. Oh, and no, they're going to give it back to Richardson. Interesting. Caution coming out before anybody was able to get by Cody Richardson or Brian Dorsey. So we're going to have to take that one back. Still just one race leader. No lead changes here tonight. Second caution of the evening. Working lap number 12 out of the 75 scheduled in tonight's official race distance. Everybody gonna come to pit road once again, get fresh tires and fuel. So we will step away for just a brief commercial break, then head back trackside once again for your national anthem. So don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
We got big time problems with that motor, buddy. Hey, just between you and me, the idea is to avoid the other cars. Congratulations! You just set the sport back 30 years with that move. That move will put you in the Hall of Shame. You keep doing stuff like that and we're going to lose our sponsor. Looks like that's it for us today. Now I know why you got canned by your old team. It's over. We can't fix that damage.
Looks like your car is toast. You'll need a tow back to pit lane. Press and hold your reset button and we'll come and get you.
Back trackside as the field's double file making their way through turn 3. Ford Mustang iRacing pace car ready to duck off, and we'll get things kicked off for the third time here tonight. Second caution of the evening. Cody Richardson brings the field back to the restart box. Wait for it. Here we go. Green flag flies. Once again here tonight from Pocono Raceway, Andrew Koska has been the only race leader surging on the outside. Great restart this time by that 47 of Koska. Great anticipation, but there you see the inside lane on the restart will prevail for Richardson. Is it enough for him to slide up in front of Koska? No, it isn't. And now they're going to gang up on Richardson and to the outside. 3 cars all lined up in a row. It's going to be tight. Oh, and into the corner, Justin Groves. Oh my gosh. Justin Groves goes into the corner, and 3 or 4 drivers, they're gone. Oh my goodness. There you can see all that carnage and chaos back here. Let's go back and take another look. Oh my gosh, 3, 4, 5, 18 is a pinball. My gosh. We're going to take another look here. Oh, catching him a little bit later. Let's go back right here. What do you say? Oh my gosh, you can just, there's Mike Grandy. Oh, more drivers involved. The 188 caught up. There's Rogerson involved again. Oh my gosh. Early caution here after the restart puts us back behind the pace car once again. Andrew Koska has finally gotten the job done, gave us our first lead change of the night. So now officially 2 different race leaders here as we work lap number 16 out of the 75 scheduled here tonight. Rogerson, Colby Tucker, Dusty Martin, looks like Coleridge Finmore, Justin Groves, all involved in that one. So 4 or 5 drivers as Bob Rogerson was caught up and involved in this one as well. So the tricky triangle, I mean, it's living up to its name there. Catching multiple drivers out early here tonight, and already falling off of the lead lap with being involved in this latest incident here tonight. Justin Groves in the 99 machine. He's going to be on pit road. What does the field do? I mean, do you come get tires already? Nah, everybody's going to fake it till they make it. They'll stay out on the track for the time being. And we'll crawl around the track behind the pace car for another, at least one more lap here before we get the 1 to go sign. Andrew Koska now leads Cody Richardson, Chris Wold, Craig Bell. He's doing his championship hopes very well. Great shot in the arm for him here tonight, sitting in that 4th position. That's going to make up quite a bit of ground on Todd Neese, because looking through the field here tonight as well, Todd Neese not on the track, so he is going to be out of tonight's, out of the point standings. I mean, you're not going to gain any points, and right here Crank Bell, he is picking up a ton of points on you. Also, Christopher Dean not on the track here tonight, so look for Dean to fall out of that championship chase grid. Justin Dalton, let's check in. Where's Justin Dalton? Well, he's not here either. Colby Tucker, he was on track. Trevor Ryan was on track. Both of those drivers trying to keep their championship hopes and dreams alive. We've got 6 drivers locked in, so there's only a handful of positions left to make it in. I don't know, man. It's going to come down to the wire for a handful of drivers on whether or not they actually make it in or not. But, I mean, for Tucker, Dalton, it's going to be close for them whether or not they make it in or not. Christine and Todd Neese, they are more than likely absolutely falling. You like that one, huh, race fans? More than likely, absolutely. Use that one next time. Next time you get pulled over on the interstate and the police officer says, you know why I pulled you over? Say, well, probably more than likely. See the reaction you get. I just want to know. Let us know out there in the chat, if you will. And see, this is what happens in the cave. When you're all alone, all the time, you start coming up with crazy ideas to talk about to yourself. And, well, you know, sometimes we leak those out to you race fans here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Pack stands. Full house here at Pocono Raceway for this regular season finale in season number 2 for the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series, brought to you by Cyber Thunder Racing Leagues right here on iRacing.com, the world's #1 racing simulator. And a quiet night for Tom Richter, previous race winner. He's up 1 position on the evening. There you can see that Budweiser 34 rerunning that patriotic scheme that we seen at Dover last week on Veterans Day. A little bit of luck come from that race for Richter, so maybe a little superstitious here. Through 3 once again. Ford Mustang iRacing pace car will duck off, and now new race leader Andrew Koska will bring the field back to the green flag. Work our way off of turn number 3. Wait for it. Here we go. Green flag flies. Once again here tonight at Pocono Raceway, up through the gears on the inside. Race leader Andrew Koska trying to beat Richardson down into the corner. Chris Wold right there as well. 3 wide, heading down into the corner. Still side by side for the race lead field, working their way through the center of 1. There you see close exit off of turn number 2, and Richardson going to lose a little bit of ground. Koska tries to get to the high side, not going to be able to make the block, not going to be able to stop the run on the outside by Richardson. They'll head now down into the tunnel turn. Field all stacked up, running with each other. Once again, they make it through turn 2 this time around. Tunnel turn, not throwing anybody for some trouble. We'll get heading off into turn number 3 once again. Koska flexing his muscles just a little bit here at Pocono Raceway after the restart. Whoa, big moment there for the 32 of Chris Wold. How about the turnaround and runs for Chris Wold? He's had a troublesome season here in season number 2 for the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series, but running strong in that Budweiser Select 32 machine. Chris Wold rounds out your podium drivers. Still stacked up at the front of the field. Your top 5 not going anywhere. Tom Richter was able to gain 1 more position. He's now up to 6th. Dusty Martin, Colby Tucker, and Goldridge Finmore all still down on pit road, all still fixing the machine. Looks like Bob Roderson, Mike Grandy Sr., Justin Groves will exit the raceway. All three of those drivers out of tonight's race before we hit the 20 lap mark. We are now working lap number 21, side-by-side battle as Chris Wold goes to the top of the speedway. He's looking to carry some momentum down this Long Pond straightaway, get up and around Cody Richardson, and it looks like he's going to do so with a relative amount of ease. Here comes Crank Bell. 14 wants a podium spot. Very close, hot and heavy battle there for that final podium position on the racetrack. Cody Richardson and Crank Bell going at it with each other. There you can see the Wounded Machine off in front. That's the 35 of Dusty Martin. Look for him to make some moves to the top of the speedway. More than likely give the race leaders that inside run through turn number 1. And way up the track goes Richardson. Missing the corner entry, or did he? Looks like that high line may have been purposely ran there because he shot out of a cannon off of turn 1, runs right back to the rear bumper of Wold for just a moment. Then Wold pulls back away through the tunnel turn. Crank Bell still all over him, trying to make up some moves. Tom Richter now breaks into the top 5. And as these drivers are battling amongst themselves for track position here, we do want to take a minute to recognize the moment last week that we had Friday night, completing the Cyber Salutes fundraising event and race here on iRacing.com. We do salute each and every one of you that joined us in that push to a great cause back here with a great organization. That's right, Wheels for Warriors USA, helping vets 2 wheels at a time. You can scroll right down in the description over here on the YouTube side of things. You can click the link, head right on over to the Wheels for Warriors USA webpage. Check out some great information, see what they got going on right now, what sponsorship programs they're working with at this point in time. A lot of great work out there at Wheels for Warriors USA. And I mean, I've said it week in and week out for about 2 seasons now, a full 2 seasons now. I can't think of a better organization to help with our veterans. As we know, the suicide rate amongst our veterans is just astronomically high and astronomically too high at any means. Wheels for Warriors USA partnering with at-risk veterans, giving them some support, some brotherhood, some camaraderie back into their lives after switching over into the civilian world. We find that our veterans that have served our country proud and allowed us to enjoy the great freedoms that we have here in this great country have some struggles here and there. We don't want to say problems because everybody has struggles throughout their life, and sometimes we just need our fellow men and women to be there with us. And Wheels for Warriors USA doing a great job sponsoring at-risk veterans, putting them in programs that help them get back into the mix and feel that brotherhood again, and give them the great therapeutic aspects of riding motorcycles. If you've got a bike and you're a rider, well, you know what we're talking about. It is and has been scientifically proven to be a therapeutic measure. So if you're looking for a way to kind of clear your mind and just be in the moment, jump on those 2 wheels, and I promise a lot of things kind of fade to the side for the time being that you're on that motorcycle. And at the end of this program, that lasts right around a year, that sponsored individual, that sponsored veteran is then gifted a very own motorcycle of their own. So if you've got any type of gear laying around, things like that, hit up Wheels for Warriors USA. You can donate it, centrally located in Lincoln, Nebraska, so they can get to wherever you are in a fairly easy amount of time. Doesn't have to be much, but every little bit helps. the ladies, the women, men and women that have helped our country so much. So just a great way to give back. And again, go check out down there in the description. You can find them at www.w4wusa.org. Wheels for Warriors USA, helping vets 2 wheels at a time. Back to the action on the racetrack. Cody Richardson and Tom Richter, they're going at it 4th and 5th on the speedway. How about Dave Sanders? He's recovered from almost being wiped out during one of those on-track incidents here tonight. We have had 3 cautions so far as the field works their way off of turn 3. Going to cross the line, begin lap number 27 out of the 75 scheduled in tonight's official race distance. Sanders doing everything he can to claw his way into that championship grid as well. He came into tonight's race sitting right around 8 points out of that cutoff line. So look for him to try to make some splashes and make his way a little bit further up through the field and possibly into that championship run. Down just off in the distance, you can see the 95 of Frank DiMaggio. He's got Sean Hook, Cole Gray lined up behind him. Mike Stiverson moving up well here tonight. Stiverson in the 20 machine. He's up to the 12th position. Paul Turner dropping back after some trouble earlier here tonight. Damage control for that 4 of Paul Turner, and he is one of those drivers. I apologize. No, that's Chris Tucker, I believe. Is that Chris Tucker? Cole Tucker. No. Colby Tucker. There you. Why did I say Cole? Because we got Cole Gray out here on the field still running. That's probably why. Richardson, your pole sitter. All over the tail end of Tom Richter trying to get his way back to the front of the field. Not going to happen for now. Richardson sideways at one point in time here tonight. Now we are beginning to see that long string of single file cars, and you can expect to see a long green flag run now. Most of the field came down for fuel and tires back on lap number 12. Handful of drivers coming back down under that latest caution. Frank DiMaggio does have your freshest tires on the field. Not really showing themselves right now, but it's going to happen here very shortly. But at the front of this field, how about Chris Wold getting that race lead from Andrew Koska 2 laps ago, while we were talking about our great sponsors here at the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. That's going to give us our 3rd different race leader. 2 lead changes. Here comes Crank Bell. He's going to grab 2nd, and Koska going to drop from the top spot all the way back to 3rd, maybe even 4th, because here comes Tom Richter looking to the inside. A little bit of draft help, not going to look hard enough. Going to fall back in line, heading into the tunnel turn. As we close in on the halfway point here tonight, just a handful of laps away from that halfway point here tonight. Do want to do a little bit of house cleaning. Do want to give you a little bit of update on everybody out there running. We started tonight's race, the regular season finale here in season number 2 for the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. We started with 24. We have still got, it looks to be 21 drivers still out there on the track, but just 17 of them left on the lead lap. There you can see now Wold giving up that race lead to Frank Bell, who goes to the top of the board. 3rd lead change of the night, and now the 14 controls his destiny. If he can walk away with the checkered flag, that's going to solidify his chance at that championship trophy here. And what a story. What a story about the driver inside of that 14. Crank Bell during the pandemic. It's not over. We're not out of the clear yet. And I understand that, and I get that. But Crank Bell running well last season. Season number 1 here with the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. And halfway through the season, Bell got sick, caught COVID, was out and sidelined for the rest of the year, the rest of the season. Went through some very rough times in the hospital with COVID, and just like the warrior he is, he kicked COVID's we're not going to say it. FCC is listening. Kicked COVID and got back out on track as soon as he was able to and made a big splash, a big return this season. And now the 14, I mean, he's still got about half of this race to go, but he has been on point all night here at the Tricky Triangle, doing everything he can to get into that championship chase grid. And I'm telling you, you're going to have to wreck that 14 to keep him out of getting into the championship, because he is going to be fired up, especially if he can walk away with a checkered flag here tonight. You better watch him when we hit the track after the holiday break. I'm telling you, he's going to be one of the drivers that you are absolutely going to have to worry about if you let him in to the championship chase. He's going to be fast week in and week out. Chase race number 1 going to kick off December 2nd at Texas Motor Speedway. Then, how about a restrictor plate race for chase race number 2? Then Indianapolis Motor Speedway will be chase race number 3 in the cutoff race. So keep your eye on those very, very different tracks. I mean, they're all pretty big, all pretty fast tracks, but all going to handle very differently. As way up the track goes the 64 of Richardson. We've seen him run that line. It is an intentional line. He is going up there trying to keep the momentum wound up, trying to get a huge launch in a run down the long pond straightaway into the tunnel turn. He's going to be able to close right in on Tom Richter, but not able to go anywhere as Richter. He's right behind Koska. Now it is a 7-car breakaway at the front of this field. Craig Bell leads Andrew Koska, Tom Richter, Cody Richardson, Chris Wold, Dave Sanders, and Jerry Isaacs. Tail end of this front field. There you can see the fresh tires of Frank DiMaggio. He's slowly but surely beginning to reel that lead 7-car pack in, and DiMaggio has himself about a 1.5 advantage over Brian Dorsey and Cole Gray. Mike Stiverson packed up with Gray and Dorsey. Paul Turner hanging on to the tail end of that small little pack here. And with drivers last to pit road 22 laps ago, the drivers at the front of the field, your top 7 drivers last to pit road on lap number 12. So they've been out there for quite some time here on those older tires, on that fuel. When are they going to have to come down pit road? Will we see our first green flag pit stop of the night? I think we've got that looming here. And I think Frank DiMaggio, he's starting to close in and grab a hold of the draft. He's going to have a sniff of the draft at least by the time they get to turn number 1. Looking to the inside now goes Koska. Will he make the move? Not going to be there just yet. Richardson looks to get himself underneath Richter. Field going to exit off of turn number 1. Back down the long pond straightaway once again and head off to the tunnel turn 2, almost 3 wide, with Richardson going to the bottom. Man, I'm telling you, this gets closer and closer each and every lap. It's like a tornado, or it's like a storm out in the ocean. You can see it in the distance. You know it's coming. You can feel it coming. Man, I'm telling you. Oh, and here's the green flag pit stops. Green flag pit stops now underway. Andrew Koska, Cody Richardson, Dave Sanders, Jerry Isaacs all pulled to pit road this time by. Top 8 going to stay out on the track, and Frank DiMaggio with that pit strategy. He's got 5 extra laps of fuel, 5 extra laps of tires. Will he stretch it for those extra 5 laps? We're going to have to wait to see how long he is willing to keep that DuPont 95 out there on the track, giving up some time to the fresher tires. But fuel strategy is everything here. I'm not necessarily saying that tires don't matter at a track like Pocono Raceway, but fuel mileage is everything. We've seen it multiple times in the real world with the big boys in NASCAR, the Xfinity Series, as well as the Truck Series under NASCAR. We've seen fuel mileage races here at Pocono Raceway. And out to the inside is Tom Richter. He's going to look to make a pass on Chris Wold. I don't think he's going to quite get there. Brian Dorsey, David Rogerson is going to make his way out of pit lane as Dorsey heads down for service, this time by. Staying right here with the front four. Whoa, squeeze play right there with Tom Richter trying to squeeze in between Chris Wold and Frank DiMaggio. That almost spelled trouble for those drivers right there, packed up, running for second to third, fourth on the speedway. Brian Dorsey makes his way off of pit road this time around into his pit box. The 101 of Dave Gainforth. And man, are some of these drivers looking to make this a one-stopper? I mean, they've stopped twice already, once or twice, I should say, under caution conditions, but are they going to make it a one-stop for a green flag run? Are they going to have to come to pit road 2 more times in order to get all the fuel they need? We're trying to do the math right here, right now, and we're sitting at about 26 laps into this green flag run here. And I mean, 26 laps from now, it's not enough. If drivers get to lap number 40, that's still not enough. I don't know. I think we're going to see ourselves a 2-stopper here as Patrick Stein brings the 89 Chevy ZL1 Camaro down to pit road for service in tires. Got to ask yourself, though, what are the crew chiefs for Andrew Koska and Cody Richardson? What kind of information are they feeding their drivers right now? As they were on to pit road back on lap number 35, that was 4 laps ago. What are the crew chiefs telling them to keep them calm, to keep them focused, and big move up the track? Crank Bell goes to the center, and Chris Wold has to take evasive action. Frank DiMaggio looked to go to the bottom of the raceway and try to take a 2-for-1 through turn 1. That's not going to happen, and now he's going to get freight trained by not only Bell, but Wold, and also now Richter. 37 of Dave Rogerson listed first driver off of the lead lap. There you can see him running tail end of this lead pack, and all he's got to do is just stay right here. The 4 drivers in front of him, they have yet to make their green flag pit stop, so patience is going to be very big right here for Rogerson. If he can just stay patient, those drivers will come to pit road, and we are down now to just 36 laps remaining in the regular season finale right here from Pocono Raceway. Big gaps all through the field now as your top 4 drivers have yet to come to pit road. Excuse me. Cole Gray in the 88 machine sitting inside the top 5. Last driver listed in the top 5, 3.7 seconds back. Almost make that 4 seconds back from Chris Wold. He is almost 5 seconds back from your race leader. 5.5 seconds back is Mike Stiverson. Paul Turner right there trying to battle with him for a position. Sean Hook, Andrew Koska, and Cody Richardson round out your top 10. Top 3 all nose to tail through the tunnel turn. Once again, Crank Bell beginning to pad his back pocket with these laps led here tonight. Only your 4th different race leader, I apologize, here tonight at Pocono Raceway. And here comes Frank DiMaggio. He's looking to make something happen. He's got those fresher tires, and he's going to get by Richter this time around. Move that 95 to second. And just like that, the 95 of DiMaggio going to go right on around Crank Bell. The 5-lap difference on the tires, no match for the 14. So new race leader at the front of the field once again here tonight. That's going to give us our 5th different race leader. 4 lead changes on the night. And we are past the halfway point, so the clock counting down for the drivers here tonight. Who's going to get it done? When will they come to pit road? It's going to be an eventful night for a lot of the drivers out here tonight. Chris Wold looks like he may be eyeballing pit road, and there it is. Crank Bell, Tom Richter gets in hot on the pit road. Locks the tires up just a little bit. We're going to have to keep our eye. Did he get popped for speeding? Chris Wold and Mike Stiverson also going to come down to pit road this time around. Frank DiMaggio, Cole Gray stay out on track. Koska, Richardson, both out on track, right around 27-28 seconds behind your race leader. Looks like the pit road delta somewhere around 50 seconds to come to pit road. Get your 4 tires and fuel and back off of pit road. So look for DiMaggio to give up quite a bit of time here as he continues to run out there on the racetrack. He's just going to continue to lose some time, but he is going to have an enormous difference on the tires. I mean, it's already, if he were to pit this time around, that's going to be a 9-lap difference on the tires right there. So DiMaggio, it may be coming towards the end of the race, but he is going to be fired up with the freshest tires in the field, and look for him to make a huge jump through the running order towards the end of tonight. He will cycle out of that race lead, but biggest mover of the night, the 20 positions gained here, started in 21st, now leading this field. Frank DiMaggio looks to snatch a 2nd win on the season. And he's going to pull to pit road this time, so not keeping the lap difference that much different from Tom Richter and Chris Walden, Crank Bell. That gap on the lap is going to get it quite a bit closer. And as DiMaggio comes to pit road, what does this gentleman do right here? Sean Hook, he's going to put it to the top of the speed charts. He's going to grab the lead for a lap or 2 here. That's going to give us our 5th different lead change amongst 6 different drivers. And there you can see Andrew Koska and Cody Richardson off in the distance. Both of those drivers have themselves quite a bit of an advantage over Jerry Isaacs and Dave Sanders. That is 4th and 5th for the time being. And DiMaggio coming to pit road with about 28 laps or so. About 28 laps remaining in tonight's race. Yeah, well, it says 31 laps actually, so Dave learned how to count. And you can hear Hook shutting the car off, trying to get through the corner. He is saving all the gas he can. He wants a big advantage on tires, but he is going to give up a ton of time to the race leaders. I mean, they are just 2.3 seconds back here. He's definitely going to lose the top 5 here because Jerry Isaacs and Dave Sanders, they're running nose to tail, 4th and 5th on the speedway. Just 0.2 of a second separate those 2 drivers. Big gap back to Brian Dorsey running in 6th. Crank Bell rejoins the track up to speed and inside the top 10. Bell now runs in 7th, and that's still, I believe, going to be enough to get him into that championship chase. So a lot of drivers with a lot on the line here tonight. Sean Hook looking to try to shock the world and put that 188 Frostbite machine in victory lane and into your championship chase grid. And down and away to pit road, that's going to give us our 5th lead change of the night as Andrew Koska going to go back to the front of the field. Pole sitter Cody Richardson right tucked in behind him, just 0.3 of a second back. And we will now begin to run down that mid-race report. I know it's a little bit past midway, but we wanted to let the green flag pit cycle run its course and shake itself out. So why don't we get a little bit closer to the track now? What do you say, race fans? Why don't we go ahead and throw up some of your driver information? Leading this field here, Andrew Koska in the 47 machine. Look for him to try to make it into the championship chase grid. He is the first driver on the list without a race win and all but locked in here tonight. All he had to do was pretty much start the car, go around on a pace lap, and park it. And Koska would have had his chance sealed for a championship run, but what better way to end the regular season than with a race win? Andrew Koska leads the field here at Pocono. Driver sitting right behind him on track out of Blueford, Illinois, Cody Richardson in the 64 machine got the job done in qualifying, and we're going to end the mid-race report because we've got trouble on the track. Oh, my goodness. Looks like Dusty Martin may have been involved. Dave Sanders possibly. Jerry Isaacs also involved in this one. Let's go back and see what went down. And you can see Sanders and Isaacs fighting. Oh, my gosh, and the 35 of Isaacs. The 35 of Dusty Martin loose on the bottom of the track, chases it up the track and right into the side of that 51. Nowhere to go, and Jerry Isaacs with some big trouble now. Big trouble there after a big bobble on the bottom of the track. Dusty Martin goes to the top of the racetrack, collects Jerry Isaacs. I believe Dave Sanders got a piece of that as well and will join the race leader at the front once again under caution for the fourth time here tonight from Pocono Raceway. We will bring things to a little bit of a crawl, and we're going to step away for a brief commercial break. Run to the refreshment stand, get ourselves a cheer wine, and get right on back to the racing action. So don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll step away, but we'll stay side by side. What a run up here at the front for all of these drivers so far here tonight. 9 lead changes amongst 6 different race leaders, 4 cautions on the evening, and you can feel that intensity level picking up. You can feel, I don't want to say the anxiety beginning to show through, but here you go. 3 of your previous race winners now all within the top 5. Look for DiMaggio, Richter, and Richardson to try to spoil the show and keep a driver from winning to get into the championship chase grid. Who's going to get the job done? Will Craig Bell, Dave Sanders, Mike Grandy, or Patrick Stein be able to get the job done? It's going to be very close for that 12 of Mike Grandy Sr. He came into tonight's race 13 points out of that championship grid. He is out of tonight's race, listed as 21st on the track. I'm not sure that's going to be enough points for him to make it in. Patrick Stein, he is still out on track. The 89 sitting in the 14th position. He very well may have just squeezed out enough points here tonight to find his way into that championship grid. We'll have to see and wait to see how the points all fly and how they all turn out at the end of tonight's race. But I do believe, without a shadow of a doubt, your race leader, the 47 of Andrew Koska, he will have a chance to run for a championship here in the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. Look for him to be fired up. If he can walk away with the checkered flag, that's going to be some big momentum to carry over the holiday break and into chase race number 1 down at Texas No Limits Motor Speedway. And you gotta have a good run at Texas. You gotta have a good run at Texas, because the next race up is Daytona. You find yourself behind at Texas, and who knows what's going to happen at Daytona. You could find yourself in a hole that you are not going to be able to dig out of when we hit Indianapolis Motor Speedway. The Brickyard will host playoff cutoff number 1, a 3rd race into the championship rundown. So look for drivers to try to somehow secure enough points in those first 2 races to not have to worry about Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Very flat track, high speeds, high speed corners as well. That's going to be one to shake things up for the championship run as well, right here with the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. You're watching the regular season finale. That's right, 10 races in here with the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series, brought to you by Cyber Thunder Racing Leagues. You're looking for a league? Want to run with the big boys? These guys right here. Look no further. Cyber Thunder Racing Leagues on iRacing.com. You can also find them on Facebook as well. Great racing league. They've got many different series. Head on over to the website or head on over to the iRacing.com league directories. Type on in Cyber Thunder Racing League and see if you've got what it takes to battle with one of these drivers. Leading here tonight, Andrew Koska has Frank DiMaggio still in tow. DiMaggio still stalking his prey. Gap beginning to develop between Koska and DiMaggio. Almost a half a second race advantage now with only 12 laps to go. Drivers came to pit road last time on lap number 49. I don't know if that's enough to get them to the end still, and that may be why Tom Richter decided to employ the strategy of staying out, because he knew everybody was going to have to still come back to pit road one more time. Look for Richter to be on pit road here very soon. I don't want to necessarily get away from the battle for the race lead, but check out this action right here between these 3 drivers. Make that 4 I mean, Cody Richardson, he's separated himself just a little bit here. But Chris Wold, Tom Richter, Sean Hook, all going at it with each other. That's going to be third, fourth, fifth, sixth on the speedway. Cole Gray slowly but surely starting to reel these drivers in. There you can see that 88 machine. How about the 20 of Stuyvesant? There's Crank Bell. Whoa, big move by Chris Wold. Cuts across the nose of Sean Hook. Hook had to take a little bit of evasive action. Keep that thing headed in the right direction. Crank Bell still trying to make his way up a little bit further in the top 10. Bell sitting in 8th. Tom Richter was able to make the pass for the 4th position, and now Richter going to set his sights on Richardson. Will we see these drivers come to pit road? 10 laps to go? And I don't know. It's going to be a close one. I mean, it's going to be really, really close. I don't know that they're going to have enough fuel for a burnout. I mean, it's going to be cutting it that close. And speaking of cutting it close, you can't see them anymore. Your race leaders have stepped off, and DiMaggio breathing down the neck all over the rear deck lid of the 47 of Koska. He's keeping him at bay for right now. The lap difference on the tires is nil. Both of these drivers to pit road back on lap number 49. As a matter of fact, all 3 of your podium drivers on the pit road back at lap 49. Tom Richter to pit road on lap 42. Lap 46 was Sean Hook, so a little bit of discrepancy on the tires between a handful of drivers, but most of them down to pit road right around that 49 lap mark. And with just 10 laps to go, DiMaggio looks to make the move. He'll drop to the bottom in 1 and 2. Koska stays at the top. Will the momentum prevail on the corner exit, or will DiMaggio have the line? Not going to get there. He'll fall back in line and get a little bit of a tow. Sniff the draft down here to the tunnel turn. Not a real sniff of the draft. He has absolutely got every bit of draft coming off of the tail end of that 47 machine right now as they head down the short chute and back to turn 3. You can see the distance right there between your top 2, and then the drivers all nose to tail. That is 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th on the speedway, all lined up nose to tail. Looks like Crank Bell is somewhat content running where he's at right now inside the top 10, sitting in that 8th position. He's got to make up 1 second before he can grab yet another spot on the track. And whoa, little bit of a moment there for that 188 of Hook as well as the 88 of Cole Gray as DiMaggio looks back to take the inside into the tunnel turn. That's going to force Koska wide. They'll stay on the gas, and man, what a battle for this race lead. Koska not giving in. DiMaggio gonna go to the top of the track this time. You gotta go where they ain't. How's it gonna work out? He should have a big run down this long straightaway. One of the longest straightaways in NASCAR. Whoa, my gosh, did you see the 188 get super sideways off of 3? Big run to the bottom once again, trying to catfish it here tonight from Pocono. Not gonna clear. Ooh, this is gonna be close. Not close enough. No slide job just yet, and DiMaggio gonna lose a little bit of ground. He'll stay on that left rear quarter panel of the 47 as they head back to turn number 2. Battle for first and second. Battle for the last spot on the podium. Cody Richardson has it for the time being. Chris Wold, Tom Richter, all lined up with each other. 2-3 wide at times here, trying to settle this one out and still trying to make the pass for the top spot. Frank DiMaggio just cannot get by Koska. And as the field makes their way around this 2.5-mile tricky triangle here at Pocono Raceway, we do want to keep in mind our great sponsors here with Cyber Thunder Racing League. You're right here with the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. That's right, Wheels for Warriors USA, helping vets 2 wheels at a time. Scroll on down through the description, click the link, head on over to the website, check out some of the great things they got going on, some of the great programs and sponsorship programs that they have already completed, and the field will cross the line. See the hi, how are you? The high five by the man in the flag stand, boss man Al Smith, gonna give him the 5 to go sign. And if you haven't already, race fans, we haven't really mentioned or said much about it, but we are on a new quest. Let's see if we can pop that 3,000 bubble this next year. And caution! Oh no, caution on the speedway. Caution on the speedway. That's gonna change everything with 5 to go. We will see a green-white checkered here from Pocono Raceway. Things really just got interesting. And we're not seeing any trouble on the track. We're not seeing anything at all here. Let's go back, see if we can't see what happened. There's Patrick Stein. Everything's okay. Looks like possibly Chris Wold may have been involved. Let's take another look back here. Maybe some contact from the drivers right there. There it is, contact between Richardson and Wold. Richardson sideways for the second time here tonight. Doesn't go all the way around. Great job saving the car, and he'll minimize the positions lost. Sure, the driver inside the helmet, he's going to be a little hot under the collar. May have some choice words with that Budweiser Select 32 machine. We'll see what happens here. We'll head back to the front, though. Live once again, race leader Andrew Koska brings the field to a crawl, and this is going to set up one crazy finish here tonight. And what we are assuming to be in a green-white checkered finish here tonight from Pocono Raceway. Drivers, they're going to have to be on it, but they're also going to have to understand the situation. If a caution comes out before that white flag, you're not going to gain anything. Oh, my. Oh, my. We have a huge shakeup right here at the front of the field. Oh my goodness. Frank DiMaggio, Tom Richter, as well as Sean Hook, Craig Bell, Paul Turner, Brian Dorsey, Dave Gainford, Dave Sanders, Chris Wold, all pulled to pit road. Your top 6 stay out on track. 18 of Trevor Ryan going to receive a lucky dog. Ooh, I don't know, man. That is going to be a lot. That is going to be a lot to ask out of some very old tires. I know what you're saying, but Dave, it's a green-white checkered, and I'm telling you, it's a green-white checkered at Pocono. Do you understand that is 5 miles? 5 miles of racing on close to 30 lap difference on the tires. I mean, that is... I don't know. I don't know if Koska's crew chief got caught slipping or sleeping right here, but either way, I think he may be in trouble. The only saving grace right now, I think, for that 47 is the fact that he had multiple drivers stay out. He had 5 other drivers stay out with him, so he's got a buffer zone. He's got a little bit of margin to play with here before he has to worry about those fresh tires. But I'm telling you, I'm telling you, man, look for Frank DiMaggio and Craig Bell to just hammer down. DiMaggio's got nothing to lose. He's running for just race wins. He does have a race win to lock him into the championship, but he's going to miss a handful of races. So not running for that championship, just running for race wins. He's got nothing on the line. He's got nothing to lose. Man right behind him on the restart with fresh tires as well, the 14 of Craig Bell. Well, he's got a little bit to lose. The championship chase grid is kind of hanging out there in front of him, but that's all the incentive to go out there and get it as well. So I don't know, with Bell going to line up inside the top 10, look for him to possibly really get hammered down here and just try to walk away with a race win, not just make it into the championship chase, but do it in form and in fashion. And we are hearing from race control, this indeed is an official green-white checkered, the one and only attempt at a green-white checkered finish. So, when the green flag flies, next flag ends the race. Will they get to the white flag and all the way to the checkered, or will we see tonight's regular season finale end in a caution? We'll have to wait and see. 5 of them on the evening. We've got ourselves 9 different lead changes, 6 different race leaders. Can Koska keep the field at bay for another 6 turns? Pace car gonna duck off, and we'll get set to fire things back off once again. There goes that Ford, and on the gas, green flag flies. Once again here from the tricky triangle, great jump on the outside. What a run by Cole Gray. Gray gonna have the top spot and give us our 10th lead change of the night amongst 7 different drivers. Fanning out big. There goes DiMaggio to the bottom. Man, I'm telling you, do we have the drone cam? Can we get the drone cam? There it is, the drone cam here tonight. There's Cole Gray. He's off, setting sail on the field. Popsicle sticks were on display when they crossed the line. And here comes Frank DiMaggio. We told you those fresh tires were going to be big. There he is, already back into a podium spot. How about Craig Bell? Gonna split the middle, come up through the middle of the track, right through turn number 2. Oh boy, here comes Tom Richter too. DiMaggio moves to second. Bell to the outside looking for third. 3 wide for a third, and Crank Bell fires off of turn number 3, and he'll snatch the last spot in the podium. Oh my goodness, I'm telling you. Now Frank DiMaggio has grabbed that top spot on the front stretch, and no, he goes around off of Gray's nose. Frank DiMaggio spins off of Cole Gray's nose, and now the 14 with the race lead. Here it is, catbird seat if there ever was one. Down the long pond straightaway for the final time. Can Crank Bell secure his championship run with his first race win here in this regular season finale? We knew this final green-white checkered was going to create some action, and Bell almost into the outside wall. Bell almost gets him to the outside wall and throws it all away. There's Tom Richter breathing down his neck. Sean Hook hoping somebody messes up. He's running well into third spot, not gonna get there. Coming to the line, Richter looks to the bottom of the raceway, not gonna beat him. Crank Bell captures the flag here tonight from Pocono Raceway. Woo! My goodness. That was a finish for the ages. A little bump out of from a buddy on the rear deck lid there. Tom Richter's saying, I almost got you. And Bell saying, but you didn't. How about that? And we talked about it for a brief moment there throughout the race. How about the turnaround from 1 year ago? Crank Bell goes from, we don't like to harp on bad things, but Crank Bell in the hospital recovering from COVID at this time last season. And here he is this year in the championship chase, walking away with his first race win on the season in the regular season finale. I'm telling you, you couldn't write it better if you tried. How about that Colonial Riders 14, man? I'm telling you, he came down, got the tires, got the job done. Smoke show on the front stretch, giving the fans in the stands a little something to celebrate with him. And we're going to step away for just a brief moment, get things fired up and ready to go for your post-race interviews. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. And back live trackside once again at the end of a crazy race here at the Tricky Triangle for the season finale, regular season finale with the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. And we will head down trackside, see if we can't catch up, have a few words with some of the drivers that walked away in those podium positions here tonight. Let's see if we can't dial up and have a few words with Sean Hook inside his 188 machine. Sean, it's Dave. You got me? Little bit of mic trouble there. Sean, it's Dave. You got me? All right, we'll give Sean an opportunity to try to catch up with the mic and try to sort that out. We'll get back to him if we can here. Let's see if we can't now talk to the driver that walked away second here tonight. Tom, it's Dave. You got your ears on?
I got my ears on, Dave. How you doing out here
Ears on,
tonight, man?
mic on. I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. I'm sweating over here coming from the back. I missed the drivers meeting. Had a couple things going on, so we qualified 8th, rolled to 24th on the initial start and just kind of slowly picked our way forward, but a lot of that middle run there was pretty exhausting and a lot of different tire strategies, Dave.
Yeah, there was a lot of playing with the tire strategy. We seen multiple drivers with different strategies here tonight. We seen different strategy out of you there towards the end, and then it kind of went awry with that late race caution. But still, even with that late race caution, we still had some tire strategies going on out there. How was it in the 34 for you all night?
Uh, it was all right. I felt like we were probably a third or a fourth place car. I didn't think that we had anything for Cody. I didn't think that we had anything for Frank, and definitely not for Andrew. Um, we were just kind of, I don't know. I, in my mastermind underneath that caution, I thought I was going to have an extra set of tires, which I did. Some of those guys were short on tires, and ultimately I was able to follow Crank up to the lead. But I also do need to uh, apologize or something. I don't know what happened on that caution with about 5 laps to go. I was pushing Chris. I'm not sure if I pushed him into that. I hate it that it might have ended Chris's night and might have ended Cody's night. Got to take a look at the replay, see exactly what transpired there.
Well, time to time things happen on the track, and all you can really do is kind of look at it, move on, and maybe speak to the drivers involved, things of that nature. But want to shift gears real quick. Regular season finale here tonight. We're gonna head off into the Fat Boy holiday, as I like to call it, my favorite holiday. All the food involved here. Are you gonna be able to fit in that driver suit when we head to Texas?
I don't know. We may need to get rid of the Buzz Lightyear suit. I may need to get a different one. Uh, because Buzz Lightyear is usually pretty slim. I've been rocking this Buzz Lightyear helmet, but no, I don't know. We're gonna be taking a much needed week off. We're gonna be coming back in 2 weeks, and then it's gonna be an 8 week or something like that week run to the championship. We're into the round of 12, hopefully into the 8 and then the 4.
Yeah, it's going to be a long, grueling championship run this season for you guys here in the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series season number 2. So, Tom, congratulations. You've already locked yourself in to the championship chase. Finishing second here tonight, walking away with a great race result. So, before we let you go, you want to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home?
Yeah, absolutely. First and foremost, I got to thank Craig and Jesse and their team over at Wheels for Warriors USA. We just ran our Cyber Salutes event, and we raised $2,297 for them. 100% of that is going over to Wheels for Warriors so they can continue their mission. Incredible organization that we're really honored, really to work with here, Dave. Congratulations to Crank on getting the win. Congratulations to Sean on a podium finish as well. Thank you for doing this. I think that's about it. But Dave, that was a lot of fun.
Oh, absolutely. It was fun up here in the booth. It has been all season long. And again, man, congratulations on making it to the chase once again. And we'll see if we can catch up with you after the holidays.
That's the plan, Dave. Let's go, Brandon.
All right. Well, the Let's Go Brandon chant still alive here in the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. Tom Richter walks away in second, not able to best Craig Bell for the top spot. Let's see if we can't dial up that 188 of Sean Hook one more time. Let's see if we can't grab that third place driver here tonight. Sean, it's Dave. You got us?
Yeah, I got you now. I think you got me now, right?
I got you now. There's the mic. Sometimes you just got to take it out and blow the dust off, you know?
Yeah, sometimes you just got to deal with it, you know? Sometimes things don't work out.
Absolutely. Well, man, great run for you tonight in that 188. You had, if I'm not mistaken, a little bit of a rough go there around the middle way of tonight's race, but nonetheless, found a way to walk away with a podium finish. How was that green-white checkered for you and your crew, and how did you manage to get back around everybody and into that third position?
Oh man, it was rough. It was very intense. I'm still feeling it. So, I mean, I started, I think it was like ninth, right behind Frank, and I tried to follow him through the field, and we got to the tunnel turn, and I tried to follow him through there. He cleared everybody, and I couldn't get clear of them, so I was stuck on the bottom, and then going through turn 3, coming to the white. I just didn't get a good run off the bottom 3 wide, and got passed by Tom and Chris, or not Chris, Crank, and then Cole and Frank got together, and then just put me up in third. So um, I feel like if sorry, my headset was going again. I feel like things could have went a little differently, and I might be able to have a shot at the win, but sometimes things just don't work out. But good run nonetheless, so I'll take it.
Yeah, you were fast all night, man. You were running up near the front for the majority of the entire race here. Congratulations on walking away with the third and final spot in the podium. So before we let you go here tonight, is there anybody you'd like to give a special thanks to? Maybe some shout-outs, thank yous, love yous?
Yeah, shout out to Wheels for Warriors USA and everything they do for our veterans and supporting what we do. And shout out to you for broadcasting this thing. Something we can go back and watch, and shout out to the whole Cyber Thunder Racing League for just being the best league out there. I honestly don't think there's a better one than us. And shout out to Crank for getting that win. And that's about it.
All right, well, Sean, enjoy this podium finish. Enjoy the holiday. Stay safe, my friend, and we'll try to catch up with you when we hit the track once again in 2 weeks at Texas.
Ooh, home race. All right, I'll see you there, man.
Hook 'em horns, baby. No,
Hell yeah.
no, okay.
Yeah, hook 'em. Gig 'em.
All right, there you have it. The 188 of Sean Hook, driver on screen right there, walks away in the third place here tonight. Going to round out the podium spots, and let's see if we can't go to the man of the moment. There he is, joined by his good buddy on the front stretch. Let's see if we can't grab the man. I mean, he's the man right now, sitting with the checkered flag on the car. Crank, it's Dave. How you feeling after that win, bud?
Wow, what a rush. That was a hell of a race, wasn't it, Dave?
Well, you said it, and I'm just going to agree that was a hell of a race.
Yeah, it was wild all the way through. I mean, qualified up near the front around the 7th or something like that, I think, and just tried to save some tires. Was able to work through, get the lead at one point, ran a few laps up front, and actually got some damage on pit road when Tom and I came in. He had qualified right behind me, but he was right in front of me when we were coming out pit road. And when he turned in, I didn't realize he was gonna. So I ended up clipping him, got like 26 seconds of damage. That's why I ended up having to go to the back and work my way back through it. But man, what a wild finish.
Yeah, the finish was wild and crazy. A lot of different strategy there for that green-white checkered restart. When you shot the middle, I believe it was right there coming out of turn 2, did you think you were going to have the momentum that was going to be able to carry you all the way to the front?
You know, I knew Frank and I were the first ones on new tires. And we're teammates, and we're usually pretty fast. And I was real concerned about getting trapped behind the old tires there. But I just started putting the car where I knew I needed to go and just praying that people were able to stay off me. I shot that gap there, and it gave me a hell of a run out of it. And then once I got up there, it was Frank and Cole, who's also my teammate. I was running third behind those two. Cole was on old tires. I knew Frank and I were going to get by him pretty easy. And then it looked like Cole maybe tried to side draft, got into Frank, turned him. Next thing you know, it's all wide open in front of me. Then I about dump it going through the tunnel turn, pushing too hard, and about ran up into the fence. I thought Tom was going to catch me when I lost that momentum.
Yeah, we thought you almost were going to give it away there coming out of turn 2 on that white flag lap, but you didn't. You held it together. You got that Colonial Riders 14 to victory lane, so I'm going to give you a big time job well done on that. That race win gets you into the championship chase. I think you were going to be able to point your way in tonight anyway, but I do want to take a moment, and not to bring up old stuff or negative vibes or anything like that, but what a turnaround for you with the racing as opposed to last year at this time. You were out of business. I'll just say it that way. How do you feel about being able to come so far in less than a year, and now be able to run for that championship that you were pretty much in line to run for last season?
Yeah, it feels good. I mean, it's no secret I caught the COVID over the summer and was down and out big time. I mean, they about lost me several times. Came out of the hospital after about 5.5 weeks, something like that. Couldn't walk, couldn't even stand on my own, and I just powered through it. I'm just hard headed, you know. Pushed and pushed and pushed. Got to where I was back on my feet. Got back in the rig, started turning laps, putting the practice in, putting the work in, and got back to my form. I'm actually probably better than what I was last season, to be honest. I've just had a lot of bad luck this season, getting into it with guys and just being in the wrong spot at the wrong time. But I feel like that worked out tonight. I was fast, and then I think karma came my way a little bit, and I was able to work through all that traffic right there on that last green white checkered and found myself on the podium in P1. So I'm pretty happy with it.
Absolutely, man. And I can't think of a better way to finish off the regular season than to have you in victory lane in the post-race interviews here talking about walking away with the checkered flag, getting ready to head off into, as I said, with Tom, to the Fat Boy holiday, the one I love the most, getting ready to go into the Thanksgiving holiday break before we begin to run down for that championship. So going to let you enjoy and savor the win just a little bit longer than most of the other drivers have been able to enjoy those. But from everybody back here at Turn 3, Craig, man, hell of a job, hell of a win, hell of a turnaround for you and your crew. And with that being said, before we let you go and celebrate this race win and the championship opportunity you got ahead of you, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home in Tennessee?
Yeah, you know it, buddy. Got to thank the family, thank my wife, my kids. My mom watches every week. The support that they give me keeps me going, keeps me encouraged to keep moving forward and putting that work in. Thanks to my sponsors, the Colonial Riders out of Virginia, 27.5 Combat Vets Motorcycle Association. My other sponsors, K-Bar and Grill down there in Florida. It's always free beer at the K-Bar. And T-Rex Express hauling all our goods all over the country, trying to keep those wait times down for us. He's still putting in that hard work, tuning in every week as well. So I appreciate all of them guys. Appreciate you here, Dave, doing the broadcast for us. You always do an awesome job. Thanks to all the other drivers out here, everybody that tunes in every week, and the other admin team that work with me here. We put on a good league, and I appreciate the hard work that they always put in to make it good.
Absolutely, man. It's always a pleasure to hit the track with you and the Cyber Thunder drivers here for the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. I can't think of, as I already said, I can't think of a better way to round out the regular season and head off into the holidays. So again, Crank, congratulations, man. Job well done, and we'll see if we can't catch up with you at Texas.
Absolutely, and thanks again to Wheels for Warriors USA for sponsoring us. We were able to raise a lot of money for them last week with our cyber salutes, so they would like to hear it, so I'm going to give it to them. Let's go, Brandon. Thanks, Dave.
All right, so we just going to jump on board with it all, too. They want it, they got it. Let's go, Brandon. We ain't even got a Brandon in the field, but we going to give it to him anyway. One good time. Everybody back there at the Wheels for Warriors USA organization, as we've said multiple times, can't think of a better way to support our troops when they come back home after defending our freedoms abroad. We do appreciate everything that each and every one of you veterans have done for us, and we do appreciate everything that Wheels for Warriors USA does as well. Walking away with the checkered flag, though, top spot. He's going to chase after a championship. Crank Bell secures his race win. And we're going to begin to wind up the cords and get ready to head off into the holidays. And as you hear the music beginning in the background, you know the producers are ready to run down tonight's unofficial race results right here from Pocono Raceway. Walking away with that checkered flag inside that Colonial Riders 14. That's Crank Bell. 34 of Tom Richter will walk away in second. Third place tonight to the 188 of Sean Hook. Andrew Koska will finish tonight's race back in 4th, 5th place tonight to your pole sitter, the 64 of Cody Richardson. Mike Stuyvesant going to pull away from the track here tonight in 6th. 7th place goes to Paul Turner. How about the run from Cole Gray? The 88 going to walk away in 8th. 9th place tonight, the 9 of Brian Dorsey. David Rogerson will round out your top 10. Patrick Stein will finish 11th. Sliding home in 12th will be the 101 of Dave Gainford. Dave Sanders right behind him. 95 of Frank DiMaggio will walk away from Pocono in 14th. And rounding out your top 15, Trevor Ryan. Chris Wold finishes in 6th. 17th belongs to Andrew Caldwell. Colby Tucker gonna finish back in 18th. 19th tonight from Pocono is Jerry Isaacs. Dusty Martin with some trouble here tonight. He'll finish back in 20th. 21st to the 12 of Mike Grandy Sr. Coleridge Finmore. Early trouble here. Finds himself finishing in 22nd. 23rd to Bob Rogerson, and rounding out the field here for the regular season finale in the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series is the 99 of Justin Groves. And well, that's pretty much going to do it. That's pretty much going to be all of it. Join us in that quest to 3,000 subscribers. Show these drivers some love and drop them that thumbs up. Click subscribe, smash the bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters. We do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by, whether you're just sliding through to say hey, or you are one of the dedicated fans, friends, family, maybe even one of our sponsors sliding through to check on things. We do appreciate each and every one of you. Without you, there would be no us. Join us in that push to 3,000 subscribers. Tell your friends' friends to tell their friends' friends, and help us secure that goal of 3,000 subscribers. And as always, show the drivers some love and appreciation. Let them know you love what they do out there on the track and the action they bring to you week in, week out, right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. So with all that being said, stay safe, have a happy holidays. Well, we got that. Have a happy holidays. Stay safe, stay loved, my friends. And until next time in Texas, we'll meet you in Turn 3.